Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So the last couple of months have been relatively light when it comes to me buying brand new movies. Now, it's not that it's been a terrible couple of months, it's just things that I felt I needed to own day one have been on the slower side. And so when it came at the end of the month of March, I looked at my pile and there were only like 3 movies there. So I said, don't do a haul for those, just combine it with the month of April. So that's what we have today is my March and April new to me movies. So both new releases and just brand new movies that I've picked up recently. So before we get into this, if you guys have a quick second, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my new release haul for the month of March and April. So I will go through these with Blu-ray first and then 4K at the end. So I grabbed kind of a few random ones here, but everybody picked this up last month because it was like $5 or something, extremely cheap. This is Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. Now, this is a movie that I saw back when it came out and I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. And of course, when it was dropping down to such a low price, I had to add it to my collection. Lisa Kudrow is just fantastic in this, along with Mira Sorvino. Just an awesome movie if you've not seen it. I remember like they act like they're going back to their high school reunion and they act like they were the ones that invented post-it notes just so they seem bigger than they are and more important than they are. And it is hilarious. Now, it has been a long time since I've seen it, but I loved it when I saw it previously. So very happy to add the 15th anniversary edition of Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion to the collection. This next one was like $5 at Best Buy when I was there recently, so I said, you know what? Let's upgrade. I actually have the DVD of this, but now I have the Blu-ray of Arachnophobia. Now, this is a movie, another one. It's been a while since I've seen this, but I really remember loving this. Of course, there's John Goodman in this and Jeff Daniels, and I don't remember it being funny, but I feel like there are comedic elements in it. I remember being creeped out though, because I hate spiders. And so I really enjoyed this one. This is directed by Frank Marshall, and it's just a good movie. Like I said, I do own this one on DVD, which now I will trade away because I have the Blu-ray of it. So I upgraded. So this is Arachnophobia, and it's super cheap at Best Buy right now. Speaking of stupidly cheap, this was like $4. So why not? This is Tron, the original classic on Blu-ray. So I recently picked up the, Tron Legacy, I guess. I found the Blu-ray 3D of that at my local Salvation Army or my thrift stores. And so because I had that one in the collection, I had to, of course, get the original as well. Now, I started watching this many years ago, and I fell asleep like 15 minutes in, and I just never went back to it. So hopefully I'll give it another shot, and hopefully I'll like it this time through. We shall see. This is Tron, the original classic, and again, it's like $4 right now at Best Buy if you're interested. The last standard Blu-ray I picked up is one that I really intended to review because I bought it day one, but I just never gotten around to it. This is The Whale with Brendan Fraser. So, of course, Brendan Fraser is all the rage right now because he did finally get his Oscar, and he's just an amazing human being from every account. And so, yeah, definitely excited to watch this one. I hear it's just like a real tearjerker, so we will see if I'm crying by the end of it, but spoiler alert, I cry a lot, so I probably will be. So yeah, very excited to check out The Whale. I think this is an A24 release also, so really cool to add those to the collection. All right, so I did grab a couple of box sets as well, and first up is a favorite of mine. This is House of a Thousand Corpses, the Rob Zombie film, and I did go with the big box edition. Now that said, because there is a Steelbook from Best Buy, I might go out to Best Buy tomorrow and pick up that Steelbook because I really want it in my collection. Excuse the interruption, but yeah, totally went out and bought it today. I'm weak, but I had to have it. Anyway, yeah, this is a really cool edition. I've actually not even opened it yet, and I'm going to keep it sealed for now. But yeah, I love this movie. It is one of my favorites from Rob Zombie. It's what made me a huge Rob Zombie fan for life. I love it. Cannot wait to dive into this whole set and read the 60-page booklet that's included on this, which is just awesome. So this is House of a Thousand Corpses. This is the 20th anniversary edition. And then the last of the Blu-rays I picked up is another box set. This one is from Severin or Intervision, which is a line from Severin. The Wings of Disaster, the Birdemic trilogy. So I talked about this in my anticipated releases of the month, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, but then as I was editing the video, I talked myself into it, and so I actually ended up ordering it. But then about a week after it came out, it dropped down to an extra $13 cheaper. I think I spent 40 something on it originally, and then it dropped down to about $28. And so I ended up returning the one I purchased and just repurchased it again through Amazon so I could get it for $13 less. That's a really good deal for this box set here, which has a ton of special features. I talked about it in my anticipated releases video, but there's over 13 hours of special features on this trilogy, which the fact that this trilogy exists is ridiculous in itself. The fact that I now own it from a boutique label, what an amazing time to be a physical media collector. I love it. It's just so cool with this lenticular cover. What a fun, the original is so much fun. I watched it with my buddy when he was over and we just had a blast with it. It's so bad in every right way. I loved it. So now I have to check out 2 and 3. Cannot wait. Wings of Disaster, the Birdemic trilogy, and that's the last of the Blu-rays I picked up. So now let's jump over to 4K. Okay, so first up on the 4K front, The Core. I've talked about this one at length here on the channel already, so I will not talk about it very much anymore, but check out my review if you want to know my thoughts on this one. I don't love it. I understand if you do. Unfortunately, this one just wasn't for me. And frankly, this 4K release was a major disappointment. I do not recommend it. Check out my review for why. This is The Core on 4K. Sometimes I'll just end up at Best Buy and I'll be looking around and I'll remember, oh, that's right, that's a release I wanted to pick up. And that's exactly what happened here. And it actually was on sale compared to when it released. We have Dragon Slayer on 4K. Now, there's actually a Steelbook edition of this. It might be sold out now, but if you can find it, it looks awesome. And so I wish I would have gone that route, but this was what was at Best Buy, so this is what I grabbed. But yeah, this is Dragon Slayer and a movie that I've heard really great things about. Specifically, this 4K release is supposed to look amazing. So really excited to check it out. Let me see. Does this one have, it has a Dolby Atmos track and Dolby Vision color grading. So it's the best of the best when it comes to 4K, which is awesome. Really love this slip cover. Let me take the slip off. Yeah, same cover art on the inside, but it's just that's beautiful cover art there. I love it. So really excited to visit Dragon Slayer and see if this one is any good or not. The final two today I'll show together because they're both from the same company and they're related. So I actually talked myself into this. I grabbed the other two releases on 4K Steelbook from Shout Factory when they released, but I didn't know if I was going to grab these two or not because I haven't seen them and I already own the Blu-rays, but I did anyway. So we have, like I said, from Shout Factory, the Box Trolls, and I did go with the 4K Steelbook edition of Box Trolls and Kubo and the Two Strings. So I've heard amazing things about both of these movies, but I've not seen these yet. And so I figured, you know what? These might become a little bit harder to find as the years go on, so I might as well grab them now. They were both a lot cheaper when I grabbed them than when they released, and so I figured I'm saving an extra $20 on it anyway. I might as well. I have the first two, which was, what was it? Coraline and, not Frankenweenie, Paranorman, which I like. I like both of, I love Paranorman. I've yet to revisit Coraline. I didn't love that the first time I watched it, but I talked about that before. But anyway, these were the other two. Unfortunately, the only one that doesn't seem to be getting the 4K Steelbook treatment is, oh, give me a second. I have to remember what it's called. This one here, Missing Link. I always forget the name of it. But from something I was reading, it's Missing Link is owned by maybe 20th Century Fox or something. And so just Shout Factory doesn't have the rights to release it. So that's a disappointment. Hopefully that gets fixed in the future. But because I'd love to have all 5 Leica films on a 4K Steelbook. That would be awesome. But I do own all of them. So I need to go through and just do a review series on these films to see if I actually enjoy them or not. So these two beautiful Steelbooks on 4K from Shout are going to wrap up all of the recent or new release movies I've picked up over the last couple of months. All right. So, hey, this is a small but mighty new release and new to me movie haul, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And really, there are some awesome releases in there, so I don't mind that it's not a ton. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what have you guys been picking up in terms of new releases lately? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below about these or anything else down there. I always appreciate all that support, so thank you so much for that. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga, pro wrestling. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. And I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.